Kevin, you motherfucking avatar. You better start the fucking after the show now, motherfucker. Avatar ass bitch.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to Monday in the KVJ After the Show podcast. The countdown is on to the KVJ horror movie premiere coming up on Saturday. Got to get Bird physically fit to attend that thing. He sent a text last night that his back is wrecked again. He then popped up. I didn't think he was going to make it in today, but he gave it a try and then just wasn't working out. So he went home to heal himself.
Popped in, popped out.
Yes, that was it. So we got him for a bit. But yeah, he's just trying to take care of himself. So I think he's a little banged up. So probably be a good thing. I know it's quite a burden getting this thing and putting it all together. It's quite a project.
Yes.
Yeah, it is a lot.
Everybody's excited for Sunday.
Yes, just got to get over this.
Just to get over the hump.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. So there's probably no more tickets left. I know we were down to just maybe a handful.
Yeah,
so,
let me look. I don't think there should be.
Yeah. So I think that we're pretty much all done on that. We are talking about how we can turn around the movie and get it up on YouTube as quickly as possible. So it's got to get approvals and all that kind of stuff from corporate before it makes it. And that's all it is. That's why we can't give you a definite exact moment in time we're going to be dropping it. So it is depending upon their approval. So we're waiting on somebody else to tell us it's all good.
There's 5 tickets left for the movie.
Wow, okay.
And they're just like random seats here and there, like sprinkling.
Okay. That's great then. So
Yeah.
we're getting there. Okay.
I like it.
If you want one of the last 5 tickets, go to KVJShow.com, $20 a ticket, and you're going to get a lot of stuff. We'll be on stage telling you the plot and the true life events that happened that inspired this movie called Chat Room. And then afterwards, we'll take a few of your questions and chat with the crowd. So it'll be some fun. So all that's going to be going on. I know everybody's feverishly trying to get their costumes together.
6:30, the doors open, so you can mix and mingle there in the lobby of the malts and laugh with the other costumes and compare and take photos. And then at 7 is the red carpet. We're doing that right out front.
Okay.
Because it bottlenecked like crazy last year, or 2 years ago. So we're doing it right out front. And then at 8 o'clock, the program begins. The explanation, like Kevin said, of the reason why Jbird had to do this movie, what inspired it from
Passion project.
real life events. Yes, very passionate.
Yep. So you will get all that stuff when you come out on Saturday night. Going to be fun. Hopefully the weather holds up okay. Never know what you're going to get this time of year, but I think it looks pretty good. I think they were saying like maybe a 40% chance of rain.
Yeah, there's like a hurricane coming, but it's going to turn again.
Yes. Crazy, right?
This one's going to be Hurricane Jerry.
Jerry, huh? That's where we are?
Jerry. And it's going to turn, like do a big hook to the right, just like the last couple ones.
Gosh, I love hurricane seasons like this.
I know.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. We can get through 2 more months. We're good, hopefully. Tanya sent this email in, said I want to recommend a couple series for spooky season: Dexter Resurrection and Monster, the Ed Gein story. The Dexter Resurrection has the original cast, great new characters, and an interesting story. Nothing like the previous season where he was in Alaska. And yeah, that's what I was telling you as I watched it. I was a little hesitant because I didn't love the way that the last season had ended, but kind of bought in. I decided to watch the first or second episode. I honestly thought I was going to bounce. I thought I was going to watch 2. I was going to come in here, kind of trash it, and then I was going to be out. First 2 episodes, I'm like, all right, this is actually not bad.
I like it.
And then I kept writing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. It might be, if I had to rank, and I haven't seen every Dexter season because I quit when my wife was ahead of the series on me, and she was telling me how it kind of ended, and then I read the report on how they did the original finale. I'm like, I'm not going to watch that. but I think I've seen the best Dexter seasons, and I would put it as the second best season behind the first.
Wow.
Just as good as all the original ones they'd done. So it's up there. So I agree on that. She said on the Ed Gein Monster on Netflix, it's awesome too. Characters are very well done. The main actor, Charlie Hunnam, is unrecognizable and very creepy. Also, I had no idea how influential Ed Gein was for Hollywood thrillers, so I recommend Jbird specifically watch it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. And I heard that Charlie Hunnam, it's kind of interesting. I wouldn't be able to relate to it. I mean, the role I did for Jbird's horror movie, I was like, what am I supposed to do? I put about maybe 15 minutes into kind of watching a scene to get myself ready for it. Then I gunned it. But, when you really get into a role like that, I guess he was so immersed in it, he was having a hard time kind of getting himself out. So he went to Ed Gein's gravesite.
Oh, my.
And I guess he had a conversation with Ed Gein down below and had to do some stuff to kind of put the role behind him.
That's creepy.
Which it's kind of crazy when they do. I mean, we'd famously heard about Heath Ledger, right, with the Joker, that it's almost like he couldn't let that go.
He couldn't shake it.
He twisted his mind so much, and he just, I don't know his whole story, but that's, how they've written it now, romantically afterwards, that's what kind of did him in. Mm-hmm. So who knows? Well, I got to tell you, I would like to figure out what the heck happened with the Smashing Machine. Dwayne Johnson got a 15-minute standing ovation at a film festival, and I can't remember which one. It was one of the big ones. And I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's because not enough people care about an MMA movie or what it is, but it only made $6 million. I mean, he got his ass whooped by Taylor Swift.
I can't imagine a rock movie doing so poor. Usually his movies do great, right?
Yeah. The only thing I can think is that I think he's now trying to create movies that are about his acting. Whereas he's done movies before that were about action, and, if you can act you just have to act well enough. And then there are movies where it's all about the acting. And if you act well enough, then maybe they think that it's going to be solid. And so, I don't know. Is it a statement that it's just not a mass appeal kind of movie? Is it any kind of comment on The Rock's ability to act? Is it just a crappy movie? Because somebody did say that sometimes it's deceiving, those standing ovations, because the people who are applauding are the people who made the movie. And so sometimes they're not even applauding the actor. They're applauding the cast and crew who they know. And they're like, hey, I know these people. And so you're kind of applauding them, whereas the lead actor is like, oh, this is all about me and my performance. And maybe it's not so much all about just that one person, their performance.
This would be like KVJ clapping for a KVJ movie.
Yeah, maybe. It's like you can see what it was.
Okay, you're in it. You're on it. You're very close to it. And you got a payday from it. Mm-hmm. So you probably want to heap all the accolades on The Rock for picking you to be on the team.
And I think at some point when you made as many blockbusters as he has, you don't care as much about how much you make at the box office because you want people now to turn the tone on. You think about other actors who have been there and you want people to turn the dial and say, okay, now you're in a different category of actor. I think Tom Hanks had done it. Remember, he started with goofy movies like Bachelor Party and Splash and stuff like that. And then he did Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then he was doing those like, okay, now we look at Tom Hanks differently. And so he kind of changed how people look at him. Will Smith, kind of the same way because he was the goofy old Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and he did funny little rap songs. And then I think he did a movie called 6 Degrees of Separation. And you're like, wow, this guy can actually act. There was a serious role. And you're like, okay. And you looked at him in a different light.
Once you have big money, then you can just do what you want to do. If you got Moana money,
right,
you can go and do a passion project that maybe won't do as well at the box office.
And if you talk to The Rock today, he may be like, okay. I mean, I only made $6 million, but that's not why I made this. I made this so people would look at me differently. And saying, okay, now we can consider you for any kind of role. And now look, I mean, as he's getting older, I can tell you, being that huge, lifting those kind of weights, doing those kind of action roles, I mean, eventually you're going to need to try to find a second act. And I think this might be his transition into that. saying, okay, I want to actually, and he's downsizing again. He downsized to do the Smashing Machine, I think by like 40 pounds. And now I think he's trying to lose another 60 or something like that. So he's going to drop 100 lbs of what that frame was.
I can't, like you said, it's going to be so hard to get older and carry all that muscle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got to do something.
So I think this is what you're seeing. So I don't know. How despondent is he today that he finished third after making $6 million? Maybe not a lot if people still say that his acting was good. Now, Allison said the Smashing Machine was okay. He did his best work to date, and Emily Blunt was great. So
I wonder if it will be nominated for any awards. Is that what we're going for?
I think that's what he would like. I think he'd be like, this is not, the whole intention was not to make any money on this. The intention was for me to be at a different level. Now, you would put me with the De Niros and everybody else. You wouldn't even think twice about casting me alongside Tom Hanks in some drama, that I'd be able to do that. Allison said the movie itself is slow and is about a pioneer in MMA, but also about an athlete with a drug problem. Been there, done that. Okay. All right. So if it's not really a fast-paced movie, maybe it really just is about him showcasing him as a serious actor. And I don't appreciate, look, I love good acting. I think that's all good, but I don't know that I appreciate it enough to enjoy a movie that is just on the acting. And we got this for a call 'em out earlier on the show that I didn't get to. They wanted to call out that movie Anemone. I'm not even sure how you say it. That's just, I'm trying to spell it out in my head. I never heard it pronounced. But they said I should have called in, but it was so boring. An hour and 30 into the movie, I walked out, which I never did because I fell asleep. It was so boring. No point to the movie. Horrible overall. I wish I was Sharon. I could turn back time. And not go. Yes. They said, oh, well, looking forward to seeing Tron next week. And that had, Day-Lewis. What's his name? Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis. He was in it. And Sean Bean. It was pretty good as well. And I thought, okay, maybe it's, and it looked like they were isolated in a cabin with drama. Oof. Yeah. Isolated in a cabin just sounds like not my kind of flick. And I think it was Daniel Day-Lewis's son, maybe, that put it together. Because he hasn't really done much. I think like 10 years ago, he made this whole thing about how he was retiring, and then he really didn't. But I guess he came back to help out his son to kind of get him going. And you'll do anything for these kids. Yeah, no, you're right. And so maybe he looked at it as like, going, son, this script is shit. But I don't want to do it, but I got to. Yeah. And so out of obligation, he's like, all right. So, yeah. That's the same way I felt about going to Parents Weekend. Ugh, I don't want to do it, but I got to. Yeah. You do shit for your kids, man. It didn't perform. It's not in the top 5. Now, I think it was limited release as well. Leo DiCaprio's One Battle After Another. That was second place. Only 11 million. And I don't know, are they embarrassed that Taylor Swift got 33 million? Or are they going, we expected that? And it's not about. They expected it. Yeah. Would anybody be like, I wouldn't want to go up against Taylor Swift at the box office? You have to counter program. Yeah. You just have to do something so not for the Swifties. Yeah, I just wonder if that is a big surprise for them that did that well, 33 million, or if that's what they projected. It's just crazy. I don't know. She can't. I'm sure they projected it because it was all advanced ticket sales. Like when I went to go buy tickets, there was only like a few seats left, and I was thinking about it, but then I asked Rocco if he wanted to go, and he scoffed. So yeah, we didn't go. I was just going to go for being able to speak on it with knowledge. Right. Yeah. Thank God I didn't have to wind up going. My wife had tickets for showing in Pompano. Pompano? Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. Did she go? No, she didn't go. I don't. Yeah, she just kind of brushed it off. I think it was maybe yesterday. I think she was just, we were just like, nah, thank God. Because I was like, gosh, last thing I wanted to do yesterday. Sunday Pompano Drive would have killed Kevin. It would. I wouldn't have been the same. You'd have been out today like Jbird. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't think I could do it. I did get this email. You know, Jbird always talks about the weirdos that he sees in that parking lot when he goes to the ABC Liquors on North Lake. It's not too far from his house. Yes. It's like shares a parking lot with a motel. Yes. And apparently an FBI most wanted fugitive was found there at that motel. Are you surprised one bit? No, it really, yeah. I mean, because, you just look at what's spilling over from that parking lot. I think that motel, it's right by I-95, right by the highway. It's right by a liquor store. It's got everything you want.
It's a liquor store, gas station, motel combo.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're into drugs and hookers, I mean, it's just, it has to be like the number one place to go, or you're hiding out from the FBI.
You look at that place and you're like, this is the perfect place to hide out.
Yeah. And this guy looks like a dude that would like to have some trouble. Denny's has got the mugshot. But yeah, his name, Richard Picarillo, a man once listed as number 343 on the FBI's most wanted list for his involvement in domestic terrorism during the 1970s.
Oh, my.
He is now in his 70s. He was identified during a multi-suspect drug operation at the Inn of America Motel on North Lake Boulevard.
Okay, yeah, that's us.
The investigation began with surveillance of suspected narcotics activity involving several individuals and culminated in a search warrant on room 204 of the motel. And he's known for leading the Fred Hampton Unit of People's Forces, a militant group responsible for a series of bombings across New England in the 1970s. The group's activities targeted government buildings and infrastructure in protest of systemic injustice and police violence. His inclusion on the FBI's most wanted list marked him as one of the most elusive domestic fugitives of that era. And he's hanging out of that freaking motel.
I wonder if you'll be able to see him in the background at all in the KVJ horror movie, because they did tape over there until the cops showed up and said, dude, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
This is actually a dangerous place.
Well, you know what? That probably, they might have been doing the investigation then.
Jbird accidentally fucked himself into the FBI investigation.
Could you imagine?
They're over there making the KVJ horror movie, and the FBI is like, who the fuck are these clowns?
And meanwhile, you got one of the FBI's most wanted, a guy who used to bomb back in the 70s is hanging out in room 204.
Oh my gosh, that would be hilarious if you like see in the movie like room 204 in the background of the shots.
Man, they said in the room they found narcotics and drug paraphernalia. How about that, though? I
think in most rooms in that hotel, I would venture to say probably 90% of the rooms have drug paraphernalia and drugs and narcotics and all of it.
And he wasn't the only one they fished out of there.
Oh, my gosh. Dragnet the place.
I mean, that's just got to be, I don't know if they ever talk about this, but maybe your sergeant or whatever is like going, guys, like we haven't had an arrest in a while. Like, you know what?
Let's go.
I'm just gonna go to the motel on North Lake. It's like cherry picking for cops, or it's like getting the easy fish or whatever.
We'll get something.
Yeah,
we don't know what.
I remember when I used to drive to work, I would go by Rachel's and I would see there was one dude that came out and he started going, because 45th Street right there, it's like many of those streets, two ways, you got the concrete divider. Somebody pulled right out and went right to the left.
Oh, boy.
They were oncoming traffic and a cop pulled right out, got him. I'm like, well, there you go. There's a DUI.
Yeah. If you're leaving Rachel's at 4 a.m., it's not good.
Probably not.
You shouldn't be driving yourself. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, I don't know how often they camp there and just wait for people coming out, but I mean, it seems like it would make sense. Be like, all right, where most likely is someone going to be breaking the law and acting a fool?
You just dropped probably hundreds on private dances. You can't drop $50 on an Uber. Seriously. What a fatal flaw.
$50 for at least $10,000, I think is like that's not every little fee you'll pay with a DUI.
Yeah. It's so expensive.
I mean, attorney fees or whatever else you got to pay, and then insurance and all that kind of stuff.
They say it's like $10,000.
Yeah.
For your DUI.
I wonder if that's $10,000 with everything considered, or if it's $10,000 just starting and then insurance, everything else is going to then take you to a higher mark than $10,000. Either way, it's so much. It's like, why would you? Why would you?
You have money.
Right.
Okay. You're at Rachel's. Mm-hmm. You don't go to Rachel's when you're strapped for cash. You go to Rachel's when you have a little play money.
Right.
Take some of that play money.
Yeah.
Invest in an Uber there and back. It's not going to cost you that much, and it's going to save you from this situation.
It's one or two less lap dances.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's it. One or two less rolls of bills stuffed in for a titty dance.
That's right.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Kenny putting this on our radar. He said, I was in Melbourne on Saturday, just chilling at a red light, and I look over to my right, and lo and behold, I see a Del Taco.
Wow.
Now, is this a big revelation? Should we be absolutely pumped, or is Del Taco just shitty Mexican that it's like, who cares? Where is Del Taco rank? Because I don't think we really have any that I know of in South Florida.
I've never eaten there. Is that a franchise from out in West?
I've seen it listed, when they talk about it. They'll have those lists, and when they do the national ones, of course, there's many, like we don't have the White Castles, really. We don't have the Del Tacos. We don't have the Carl's Jr. We don't have the Jack in the Box.
Whataburger.
Yeah. We're missing out on some of those. But I do see it always pops up on those lists.
So what's better, Taco Bell or Del Taco?
I'm going to guess Taco Bell. Canadian Bacon says Del Taco is so disgusting.
Really?
And GWB said, yeah, they got rid of the Del Tacos in Texas. But she has a frowny face. It seems like she's sad about that.
I mean, in Texas, you don't need Del Taco. You can get OG, legit tacos.
Yeah, the only thing I could think is just out of convenience, maybe. Sometimes other legit Mexican places, they don't have like a drive-through. GWB said Del Taco is a better version of Taco Bell.
All right, let the fighting begin.
Okay, well, if you're in Melbourne, if you got them both.
I would like to have somebody with knowledge tell us the difference between the two.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm just kind of curious. All right, there's a little scrap going on there in GWB and Canadian Bacon.
Oh, it's a taco fight. I love it.
Taco fight. Get them. And another regional food here. Holly said, I live in Asheville, North Carolina, and look at what we have at the store. Kakalaki nuts. Thank you. Said proof that Jbird is right. I don't remember what he said, that she's proven right.
He did say that they call it North Kakalaki or South Kakalaki.
Yeah, they do.
And
Google
we were
will
like,
say that.
What are you talking about? But it turns out he was right.
Yeah, Kakalaki. That is a thing. Okay. Go buy them nuts. Kakalaki nuts.
Yeah, put those nuts in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we were talking about what generation has the dumbest slang. And I think pretty fast here, the current young generation is coming up with stuff that is just so dumb that it is worse than any. We got, about 5 living generations going on now, from the boomers to Gen X to millennials to Gen Z. And now you're on something different. I can't keep track of Gen Alpha. I don't even know where we are.
Not since mumble rap has Kevin been so pissed.
Well, the skibbity, when I just asked, I was like, so what's the skibbity thing mean? They're like, nothing. It can mean everything. I'm like, well, that's stupid.
It's so lazy.
Yeah, right. And then the 6'7" thing, which you can't get a good explanation on that. I guess it's a dance, but I think it had to do with somebody being 6'7" and. Yeah, Dayon Nicole said, 6'7" is absolutely driving me crazy. And then Michael said, don't forget about the Italian brain rot. It's a series of internet memes that emerged in early 2025, characterized by surrealist and absurd images of AI-generated creatures who are given pseudo-Italian names. The phenomenon quickly spread across social media platforms such as TikTok and Instagram, owing to its combination of synthesized Italian voiceovers, grotesque and humorous visuals, abstractism, and nonsensical narrative. And it's the same thing. They don't mean anything.
You would have like a little character, and he would be like a guy with the broccoli, and it'd be like broccolini weenie for a dick.
I don't know. I can't even confirm. Denny's kind of giving you a nod, like, yeah.
Broccolini weenie.
But this is the first generation I've seen where it's nonsense. Or you even ask them, we would have a term, be like, okay, here's what it means. You'd be like, oh, okay. Like Riz, I'm okay. I respect that.
Riz
short for
makes
charisma.
Sense, yeah.
I'm okay with that. That works for me. But the skibbities and this Italian brain rot, I'm like, come on, what's your generation doing? You're going to look back on this 20, 30 years back going, I'm so embarrassed for us. Because it just doesn't mean anything.
It's got to mean something.
I think so.
And because it means nothing, it's lazy and stupid.
Yeah, I don't get it. Deani said 6'7" is not a dance. I don't know.
Caitlin said it was. She said it was like some like little movement you do like this.
Yeah.
Maybe not a full-on dance, but like Like you're juggling your own tits.
Yeah, my son, who's 17, he saw Ohio State was scoring touchdowns and some of the players were doing. He said, oh, look, they're doing the 6-7 dance. That's what he said. So I don't know. I mean, if it's not a dance, then I don't know what the fuck it is. But this is why I'm so upset, because nobody knows what the fuck it is.
Well, what is it then if it's not a dance?
Yes.
Stop telling me what it isn't.
Then I have no idea.
Tell me what it is.
And tell my 17-year-old son why he's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah, he called it a dance, so I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, that's just it.
That's the thing. Mm-hmm. Which makes it more annoying.
Veronica said it's a hand gesture. Okay. All right. It looked like they turned into a dance.
Like you're juggling your own tits.
Okay. Yeah. Which, if you're doing that, I would say you're doing a dance, Virginia.
I feel like I'm dancing.
The way you were moving with style and charisma.
It's low budget, but it's a dance.
I think it's a dance. Sorry.
Take these tits. Why don't we show Cannon?
Yes. Virginia's going to show you. Is this a 6-7 dance?
Cannon, look at these.
Yeah. Oh, he probably would. He can't help himself. Allison said, the boyfriend and I are going to the Kravis Center next Wednesday night for a rock orchestra concert. We have never been there. What's the attire? Of course, we will pregame, but do they have a bar or food, etc.? They just don't know what to expect at the Kravis Center.
Oh, the Kravis is very nice. So I would say for your dress code, make it church clothes.
Okay.
Look your best.
Business casual.
Business casual is beautiful.
Okay.
No jeans, no shorts. Put some effort in.
All right.
Next door, Ruth's Chris does a nice little happy hour. You might be able to hit that right before.
Yeah.
Get some little wine in your belly.
And now the Cheesecake Factory is right there, too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so you got those two options.
And they do have snacks and bites and cocktails at the Kravis. Mm-hmm. And it is very cute, but it's, not affordable. It's fancy prices, too. So
right.
Bring your wallet.
Okay. And I got an email here from Michael, who wants to call out his amazing wife of 11 years today. Samantha, you are the love of my life, my best friend, best mother a man could ask for his kids. Love you more than anything. Okay, beautiful.
Aw, that's sweet.
That is lovely. Yeah, get that down here. Get your anniversaries in, baby. Send us those emails, mail@kvjshow.com. Now, when you talk about fast food and the places that we have, there's a list of some of the most notorious fast food scandals. When I say fast food scandal, what's the top one that jumps out at you, Virginia?
Probably the McDonald's Monopoly game.
With the fact that it was kind of
rigged.
Yeah. It was somebody that worked with the company that did it, not McDonald's.
Right. The marketing company they hired to manage the game cheated.
Do you think there's any chance that the new McDonald's Monopoly game will be even close to as big as what it used to be in the 80s when we were kids?
There's not a chance. There's just too much competition now. There's just too many other things you can do, and raffles and giveaways and lottery and Powerball.
They didn't have Powerball and Mega Millions and all that stuff. Wasn't even a thing then.
There's too much competition now.
Yeah, and the way we found it, your odds are much better to actually win a freaking Powerball than it is to win this RV they're giving away on the Monopoly game. Well, McDonald's has one of the biggest, most notorious fast food scandals aside from just that. Do you remember their pink slime controversy 13 years ago?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. They revealed the use of ammonium hydroxide treated beef trimmings in burgers, which sparked a national backlash and forced the company to phase it out.
That's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, you think about now, I know they're doubling down and there are many companies talking about how they're going to change their ways, but boy, even 13 years ago, the crap that we had in some food.
I think 13 years ago, it was probably at its peak because you had all those food manufacturers that had all been doing it for a little bit, but none of us had caught on yet.
Right.
We were just starting to taste the difference in these foods and like, why does it taste different? And then we figured out, they've changed the ingredients. They've added more chemicals. They've added more stuff that's bad for us. Mm-hmm. And they're making more profits, but yet they're not decreasing the price of these items. They're more affordable for them to manufacture, but are the same, if not higher price for us to purchase.
Right.
It's a huge racket and a trickery that they all did.
And then you had the Subway Yoga Mat chemical thing that went on with their bread. That was 11 years ago. That wasn't too long after the McDonald's pink slime.
I think a lot of the squishy bread, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
If your bread can sit out for weeks and weeks on the counter, just wrapped in a bag and not go funky, there is shit in your bread you shouldn't be eating.
Yeah.
Good bread goes bad in a matter of days, and that's the bread you want to be consuming, not bread that's shelf stable for a month.
And that yoga mat chemical that was in there, I don't even know if I can pronounce it.
You can't.
Azodicarbonamide.
You shouldn't pronounce it. You shouldn't eat it.
I mean, if you have something like that is that hard to pronounce, that should not be something you put in your body.
But all these companies that process our foods, they're putting shit like that in the food, and they're like, Americans are stupid.
Subway went through a lot because they had the yoga mat chemical. A year before that, they had where their footlong got called out for not being a footlong. Remember that? They sued them. They started measuring the sandwiches, and they were only 11 inches.
It's an 11-inch sandwich. They've been lying to us.
I mean, you know.
And they had Jbird, was looking at kiddie porn.
Yes.
They had a hot hand of controversy.
Yeah, they did. And that was all like 2013, 2014, the Jared Fogle. That was 2015. And imagine, so
they survived all that.
So 2011, Subway riding high, and then boom, 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 3 scandals right in a row. And I don't think, at least I used to go to Subway a lot. I haven't been in a hot minute. I just don't know if it fully recovered. And then you had the whole keto trend on top. They had 4 things. I think there used to be more Subway restaurants almost. They were up there with Starbucks and all that, right? I think they had maybe the most locations.
Well, back in the early 90s when I was at LSU, I was a sandwich artist for about 3 weeks.
Okay. All
right. I
right.
quit and never came back.
How'd that go?
It was terrible.
Was it?
I hated it.
What is the worst place you've ever worked that you hated?
Oh, gosh.
The most?
Probably Tasty Donuts in New Orleans.
Okay.
This sleaze bucket of a manager ran the place, and he used to hit on all the teenage girls. And this guy was gross. He was probably in his 40s, but he was disgusting. Mm-hmm. And he would hit on all the girls, and like some of the girls just put up with it. I was like, I'm out of here.
So it wasn't the actual work. It was these.
The place was gross too.
Yeah, just like him.
It was a greasy spoon.
Yeah.
It was a place where they would fry donuts and then fry these little cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And they would do sliders and donuts. Everything was fried. The stench of fry hung in the air like a fart.
You had to take that home with you, right?
Oh, yeah. You went home smelling disgusting. And the acne that you got from working there was...
No, really?
Yeah. Instant. If you work the fryer, you gonna have zits. Especially, 80s grease. It was just hung in the air.
Yeah,
it was
right.
thick.
Yeah, that'd be rough to have that kind of gig.
Tasty donuts.
Some of the other big fast food scandals, Chipotle, of course. Boy, they were riding high until, 2015, 2016 when they had the E. coli and norovirus outbreaks.
Killing people will hurt your business model.
Oof, yeah. It seems like they're rebounding a bit. I mean, we're talking, but it's 10 years. It's a decade after that.
People go.
Yeah, and I think they got recently a new CEO, so they're trying to rebound and get back.
Aren't they a McDonald's company, though? I thought they were owned by the same company that owns McDonald's.
I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Maybe. And do you remember the Taco Bell Not Quite Beef lawsuit in 2011? It was a class action lawsuit that claimed that their beef filling was only 35% meat.
Yeah, they had like wood in it and stuff. I remember that.
Right. Yeah.
That was crazy.
Like paper shavings or something. Taco Bell denied it, but reformulated and heavily advertised afterwards.
Interesting. If you reformulate, that means you was guilty.
Well, it's like, all right. Yeah, maybe
you
we're
caught
not,
us. We put mulch in our meat.
Yeah. Maybe it's not all the up and up. Yeah, it's kind of crazy just how some of them have been. Some of these fast food places.
It's just crazy what our country will allow. Because in Europe, they don't allow this. And they're so much stricter about the things that manufacturers are allowed to put in the food to make it cheaper and more cost efficient for the manufacturer.
I do feel like we've turned a corner, though. It doesn't feel like we'll go back to that.
We need to get
hope.
better.
But yeah, I mean, until you know everything that comes out of the food. And look, these places don't change until they get busted, right?
Right. Bust them all.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be outed. Shine a light on these little cockroaches.
Yeah, you know, the weird thing is I feel what's kind of interesting with social media and the growth of it is the sleuths that you have that really are, in a way, they're exposing a lot of other stuff. Now, some of it gets a little wonky and a little crazy. And
someone gets caught up in agenda.
yeah, some of it I'm just like, I can't. Like, I don't know if you've seen some of the Charlie Kirk.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
there's so much. I have to scroll past it.
I'm like, I can't invest in all that stuff. It's just the breakdowns on that. And
well, you don't know what's real and what's not. And you could go down a rabbit hole and then realize it's not real. Like, you can't give it that much time.
I would say the one thing now I'm kind of getting good at recognizing as I get to a rabbit hole, identifying how deep it is.
Right.
And that was one where I was standing over and I was looking down. I'm like, yeah, I don't see any kind of bottom to that hole.
I'm not going there.
No, I'm not going to go down that hole.
I need my peace.
Yeah, I'm going to go down like miles and I'm not going to get anywhere. So, yeah, I kind of bounced on that one. But, yeah, it is kind of, I mean, they are kind of helping keep places legit. Because look at what you can do. And now so many places, my daughter was commenting on this. She's like, I like how so many of these fast food places now have funny, quippy responses, or they jump into a trend and they have their own comment. I think they've had to do that because you have to constantly have 24/7 somebody watching over your social medias and see what somebody posts, and you've got to address anything because you could go to bed. If you had one person run it, they could go to bed or go out on the town, and by the time they get home, be like, oh, crap, what just exploded?
You're right.
There could be a story, and, you know, the next day your brand could completely tank on the stock market, and look out. You know, you could be going down one of these things. You got to be there to pivot quickly.
Some intern could post something on your social media.
Yeah, right.
Makes everybody hate you.
Yeah. Well, and like we said in the Whacked Out News today, sometimes, too, it's your own marketing staff.
True.
Cracker Barrel finally blew out those people that were there. I know the Bud Light lady, she had gotten blown out after her little ideas.
I can't believe the Cracker Barrel kept those people for so long.
Maybe they wanted to let it all die down a bit. Or maybe they just wanted to have them explained. Yeah, I don't know. You would think it would have been more swift.
Right.
After the response had happened. But yeah, I guess it's now just official. So there you go. All right. Well, we got a very busy week. Lots to do. Getting all excited for the KVJ horror movie premiere. Going to be going down on Saturday. That to me is kind of like the official kickoff for Halloween. As soon as we do that, baby, it's here.
Yes. Wear your costumes. And make sure when you're in the lobby mixing and mingling with other KVJ Nationers, y'all take pictures of each other and tag us.
Yeah.
Because I think last time I missed a lot of costumes and I want to see everything.
Yeah, I think we'll have a lot of great documentation and videos and stuff like that. So if you're not able to make it out there personally, you'll feel like you were there with everything you're going to see on our social media and YouTube. So hopefully we'll see you guys there on Saturday. If not, you can definitely check it out there. Hopefully we got the bird back tomorrow. I hope he feels better, gets himself all straight.
Yes.
And hopefully we'll see you all back here tomorrow as well. Have a good one. Goodbye.